Welcome to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.
Hi, everybody. I'm spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White, and welcome to Ask Me Anything for July 13th, 2023. So, hi, everybody. How's everybody's week going? Has it been an emotional one? Has it been a difficult one? Have you had some good experiences, I hope? Hi, Kathleen. You're overwhelmed. A lot of people are overwhelmed right now. Hi, Bernadette. Thank you, Connie. Hi, Liz. Hi, Shelley. Hi, Renee Hounsell. How are you, honey? Hi, Stacy. Hi, Tanette. Hi, Sue Clifford. Hi, Sarah Stone. Hi, Vicki. How are you doing, sweetheart? Hi, Lori. Hi, Kim Ann. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Ann Rogers. Hi, Lori Cass. Hi, Christy. Hi, Renee. Namaste. So, hi, Sammy. Hi there. Hi, Benjamin. Oh, you're very welcome, honey. I enjoy doing this. I like to, help people as often as I can. And I don't like people to have to worry about things, So if I can answer any questions, I'd like to do that. And I think I'm going to start with, oh, yeah, Jody, it is hot and sweaty in southern Louisiana. I heard about that. You're absolutely right. I've heard about that. The weather all over is so bizarre, isn't it? We got called in yesterday with a tornado. So I was actually at a session. I said to the person, if my husband knocks on the door, I got to run. And fortunately, we didn't have that situation, but you could hear the tornado sirens going off. So it's a wacky world, right? As our producer Renee said to me today, he said, I love this. I wrote it down. He goes, it's an inflamed world. And it is an inflamed world. I got a lot of calls today from a lot of my clients who are actors and part of SAG. And I know now that they will be on strike. So Don, my husband, is a member of SAG. And he goes, well, I'm on strike. So are you going to walk around the farm with a sign? Wave to the tractors and the corn. Very funny. So that's what's all going on around here. We've got corn that's growing so high, it's unbelievable. And it's so beautiful. And my hollyhocks are just like so beautiful. And I have sunflowers, and I'm curious if anybody's had this experience, and I'll post some pictures of these, but I did not plant sunflowers, but they popped up all along the row of our house. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Several, and I didn't plant these. So I'm assuming the birds dropped their seeds right smack. It was as if I had somebody plan that for me. It's really beautiful. I've got to get some pictures of that. But I thought, let's start with some astrology. So we'll figure out what in the world is going on. And I talked about this on Monday, and you'll be hearing me talk about this, but we have two major planets in retrograde, and the third planet, Venus, is coming up to be in retrograde on the 22nd of July. And Saturn is in retrograde. Saturn brings up karma for us. It brings up, what do you need to change in your life? So some of the things that people are changing in their life are careers. They're getting their health in order, or they'll have a health diagnosis, or there'll be something that they have to deal with. So Saturn makes us look at our life of what needs to change in order for us to grow and to get ahead and go further. So that's one planet that's retrograde, and that stays retrograde until November 4th. So it's big. So we'll be having a lot of lessons for the next few months here. Neptune is also retrograde. So Neptune it rules water, it rules intuition, it rules illusions and dreams. So your dreams right now may be really kind of far out. So make sure you're keeping a dream journal if you can, and take notes of things that are just so oddballish, because they're really messages. They hold a lot of messages. So when Neptune is retrograde, it kind of forces us to look at reality. And so it makes us take the, our rose-colored glasses off, is what I'm always saying, to look at a situation in an honest way. And that could have to do with a relationship. It could have to do with you. Like, am I drinking too much? Am I eating too much? Am I doing drugs? Am I not exercising? What am I doing that I need to really look at? So again, Saturn and Neptune will come together to help us, be honest with ourselves, move forward, and hopefully make some great change in the next few months. And then again, we have Venus going retrograde on the 22nd. And Venus goes retrograde. It has to do a lot with relationships. So are you in a relationship that needs possibly some major overhaul? It doesn't necessarily mean the relationship is going to end, but it could, a relationship that's not functioning right has the opportunity to make some great changes during this time. Okay, so, and it lasts for about 40 or 44 days, something like that. And it goes July 22nd. And the last time that this Venus retrograde was in Leo, it's in Leo, in Vedic astrology, the last time was during this exact time period, like July, August, September, in 2015. So if you look at your life, if you can remember what went on 8 years ago, that might leave you a key to what could go on during this period too, okay? And also people from the past can come up and, this gives you another golden opportunity to say no. So you can do that as well. So that's just some astrology, but let me just go a little further with some more. I've got some more astrology that I wanted to discuss too. On July 17th, so next Monday, the sun in Vedic astrology enters Cancer. And so it actually, when people say to me that they're born on July 17th and they think maybe that they're a Leo, in actuality, in Vedic astrology, they're a Cancer. And this goes from July 17th to August 16th. So if you were born between July 17th and August 16th, in Vedic astrology, your sun is in Cancer. And this brings about a time for everybody. It's about family, home, security. That's what Cancer brings. Often issues with the mother come up during any time the sun is in Cancer. And on July 17th, also on that same day that the sun goes into Cancer, we have a new moon in Cancer. And this new moon is a very special new moon. It means the return of the light in Vedic astrology. It brings a renewed hope, if you will, for hope and for security. So it also can bring new opportunities for financial security if you are looking for a job. This might be a very blessed time for you. Okay. And during this new moon on July 17th, and I'll talk about this on Monday's show too, here's what you need to do. Set your intentions, because a new moon means to set your intentions. So set your intentions, plant your seeds, basically, and go within. It's a great time to go within. Be grateful. Gratitude is everything. And this is going to be a new moon to really have that to be grateful, okay? And really tune into your intuition with this new moon. It's a really fabulous new moon for manifestation. So write your goals down and plan out. Like when you write your goals down, plan out for like maybe the next 6 months, the next year, the next 18 months. Be a great thing to do. And I think you'll get a lot of, have a lot of things happen during that time, okay? So I think that would be a great thing to do. Jody W. says, I had an interview today for a teaching position at the university level. Go you, Jody. That's fantastic. I've been invited back for a second round. I would be teaching teachers math so they know it better, therefore teach it better. Man, that is amazing. Good for you. I've either felt really positive energy and excitement about it. Can you shed any light on this position and the very opposite energy I feel about it? So, honey, I can see why you would feel opposite or, anxious. We're going to use that instead, anxious about it. It's a big position. You're going to get the position, honey. You're going to get the position. But I understand this energy is causing a lot of people to, have to go back and forth with energy, actually. And the new moon on Monday, although it sheds a lot of light, can also bring a lot of emotions up. So, and your birthday is 5/13, and May 13 is a 6 of diamonds, which is all about financial responsibility. And some of the best teachers I know are 6 of diamonds, honey. You're going to get it, Jody. Okay. I mean, really, that's a fantastic position. I'm really blown away by that position. I'm so glad that you brought this up. I really, really appreciate that. And I wanted to answer some questions because I thank you guys so much for writing your questions in. And I'm going to answer as many questions as I can. And this one, I wanted to start with this one. And this one is from Carrie East. So Carrie, if you were listening, she says, Kellee, I'm so grateful for your show and your willingness to answer the mystical questions that most others cannot. I don't know, James and I just kind of go out for it. So here is, and your birthday is May 31st, which makes you an Ace of Clubs. So Ace of Clubs loves to learn. They're here to learn. And which makes sense because here's your question. And I think this is a really interesting question. She said, is time travel somehow a form of astral projection? Or is it a completely different phenomena? So I'm going to start with this question before I even get into the other aspect of your question. So I was really thinking about that. And first my thought was, no, astral projection is very different than time travel. But however, the more I thought about it, so astral projection is an out-of-body experience. And that's where you can project yourself into somewhere else. So it's happened to me spontaneously a couple of times where I was in a high energy place. My energy was really high and I went to sleep. And the moment I went to bed, literally that moment, I popped out of my body and I was up in the corner of the room I was in and looking down at my body and held within my body by a cord. So I knew I was in my body, but it was a little alarming because I had never had this experience and I literally popped out of my body. So it's literally called an out-of-body experience. So having said that, I also knew at that exact moment, because I left my body, I was in the astral plane. That's why they call it astral projection. And the astral plane is kind of, I always call it like Hollywood Boulevard. You never know what you're going to get out in that area. So I was like very young at the time. I was 21 years old when the first time that this happened. And I had never had any experience like this before, nor did I know who to talk to about this. But anyway, so what happened is I also knew the moment I left my body as an out-of-body experience that I could be in any place. So I kind of went room to room in the house. And I also knew that I could go, if I just thought of it, I could be in another state, another country, anywhere, on the moon. I knew I could have been. I got scared. So the moment fear hit me, I went right back into my body that fast. So having said that, that's what astral projection is. But then I started thinking about this, and is it a completely different phenomena than time travel? And, I wonder if you can project yourself, actually, if you're leaving your body, into another time period. And I'm going to say possibly. I mean, I don't have the answer to that, but it's such an intriguing question. I'm going to say possibly you can. Now, normally time travel, when I think of time travel, it's going into another period of time. Because another thing that I saw after I had my head injury, my traumatic brain injury, it was that there's no such thing as time. So I could be in this period of a different year, way in the past, or I could be way in the future. So that's a really good question. And that's the only way I can answer this right now. So thank you for that question. And then you also asked about the concept of Aboriginal dream time. And you said, is that more like a parallel universe all happening at once? So the Aborigines described dream time. It was part of their spiritual beliefs, and it's part of their spiritual beliefs. And they believed that the land and the people were created like by spirits, and that they made the rivers and the streams and the hills and the rocks and the plants and the animals. And it was believed that the spirits gave them their hunting tools, and each tribe had its own land and their totems and their dreaming. So and they believed about the ancestors made everything. And so that's about as little as I know about that. So, but I appreciate the question. It really got me thinking. I really appreciate this. And the next question I want to answer is from Rick East. And Rick said, I have noticed multiple times being in danger and felt like an intervention on my reaction kept me out of trouble or from being seriously hurt. Are your guides always with you? Do they watch and know everything you are doing? Mine are probably shaking their heads and demanding overtime. Okay, that's hilarious, Rick. I think about that a lot in my own life. And yes, our guides are always with us. And guides are with us. And here's the thing. If this is not supposed to happen, like it's happened to me many times while I'll be driving and all of a sudden my car will come to a quick stop and another car will race right by me. And it wasn't because I was not supposed to be in that accident. So is it guides? Absolutely guides. Is it angels? Absolutely. Angels can come in and kind of, it's not part of the plan. So here you go. And yeah, I believe that our spirit guides shake their heads a lot. I do. And I think they think, oh my God, seriously, when's this person going to learn? I mean, they do know it's really tough for us to come to Earth. It's really hard. And when we come here, they're sad on the other side. And when we go home, they're so happy we're home. It's life is so interesting, isn't it? Okay. Hi, Tracy Hildreth. How are you, honey? Hi, Kelly. Question. It's Ask You Anything. Was thinking about the curls in your beautiful hair. How do you achieve that? Thanks. Curling iron. Also, I was born with curly hair. When I was young, I couldn't stand it. And when I was in the business world, I used to blow dry it straight, like this forever. And when I met Don, it was like, why are you, he just couldn't even imagine me with straight hair, which was really funny. So it's I enjoy this very much, the curly hair. I appreciate that. So let's see. I had so many questions, and I so appreciate all of these questions here. Let's see. There was one up here I wanted to answer before I lose this. Oh my gosh, you guys! Thanks for asking all these questions here. Liz Coatsworth, she said, "Good evening, Kelly. I have to choose between staying here in Florida with my handicapped son or move to northern Michigan to help my 86-year-old father." That is huge, Liz. I mean, that's like choosing between, that's like Sophie's Choice. That's a huge one, right? I just came back from northern Michigan, and I have to say, it was beautiful. I really was beautiful. Didn't care for the forest part, but at all. But I thought the whole Michigan was such a beautiful state. But making this choice is huge. And your birthday is September 28th, and September 28th is a 9 of hearts. And 9 of hearts, honey, has big ticket items they have to deal with. They have to deal with things like this or that. So, really go inward. I can't tell you which decision to make because this is for the growth of your soul to make this decision. And it's a large decision to make. It's a large one. Really give it a lot of good thought there. And I'm sure you are. But let me get you a card from your guides. That'll help, right? Let's get you a card from your guides. Whoop. Get that box open. Hold on a second. Sometimes the cards stick. But that's a big deal, Liz, what you're going through. It just is. Here we go. Here we go, Liz. Let's get you a card. Feel joy in all you do. Well, thanks, guides. So as you're making this decision, perhaps, put some joy into it. And what is the best part? Instead of looking at it so like it's such dire straits, it's a serious decision, and nothing is forever, Liz. Everything changes. Everything is constantly changing. Make the best decision that you can, okay, for you, for your son, and for your father. It's a big deal. So, okay, Shelly says, Shelly L, what does Spirit want me to know right now? So your birthday is 7/14, and I have seen a lot of birthdays that are 7/14. And I kind of wanted to discuss that today. That's an Ace of Diamonds. So this is going to be for you and I had 2 other people that wrote me questions. that their birthday was Ace of Diamonds. One was Karen Meeks Cleef, if I'm saying your last name correctly, and her birthday is also July 14th. Should I start my own business? And there was somebody else who, I can't remember, forgive me. There was somebody else who, oh, here it is, Rhonda Lawrence. And she said, does teaching fulfill my soul destiny? And do I stay in North Carolina? Again, July 14th. Interesting today. First of all, happy birthday, everybody, for tomorrow. Ace of Diamonds, first of all, would make a great teacher because Ace of Diamonds knows a lot of information and they can, they're very smart and they can teach. They're great teachers. They make actually really good teachers. So if that could be your soul destiny. It's Ace of Diamonds always seems to me that they have to choose between love, a relationship, and or money and working. Most of the ones that I work with have chosen working really hard. So I would say definitely go to teaching. It definitely would fulfill you, Rhonda. I want to say that for you. And for Karen, definitely Ace of Diamonds, definitely starts their own business. They can have tremendous success. And I would say, Shelley, for you, let's get you a card, a special card from your soul's journey. And let's see what Spirit wants you to know on your soul's journey. Okay, let's get you that here. Here we go. I thought that was interesting, all those July 14th birthdays. Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So I'm not sure what that means in your life, but just know death also can be not just the death of a person. It also can be the end of something that is time to move on. You know, it could be a job. It could be a relationship. It could be, new beginnings on anything like that, So that, I think that's really important here. Let's see, Patty Green, I have 4 stationary orbs around my house. So orbs, everybody, are when you take pictures, they're like lights, that light up around different things. I don't feel scared. Good. I feel blessed and I feel protected. I think that's perfect. What can you see or feel about this? Patty, they're probably loved ones, is my guess on that, is loved ones. And you are 4/16. I would say you're very loved, honey. I would say 4/16, April 16 is, 5 of diamonds. Oh, April 16th, 5 of diamonds. So 5 of diamonds, whenever you hear me say 5 of diamonds, they always have angels around them. 5 of diamonds comes in with angels. And I don't know if that means, Patty, you even use angel cards. I don't know. But those orbs I wouldn't be surprised if either they're loved ones or they're angels around. Okay. So that I would definitely look at. Lori Delvania Sherbrooke. She says, may I get a reading to be 60 years old on 7/29? Well, absolutely. You can. So 7/29, July 29 is a Queen of Hearts. So Queen of Hearts, first of all, and 60, that's fantastic. As I said to my brother the other day who just turned 60, I said, welcome to the club. He's like, oh, great, thanks. But nonetheless, welcome to the club. It's a good club to be in. And so at 60, between 58, 59, 60, we do what's called our Saturn return. And often there's loss of somebody or relationships or work, or there's something that Saturn return brings us, something we have to yet again learn about or something. But what happens is when you hit 60, this wisdom comes in if you're ready to receive it. So I think it's really good, and I'll get you a card here. I think it's really a good thing. Your beliefs are right for you. So whatever your beliefs are, they're right. They're working for you. Okay. Let's see. Wait a minute. I wanted to answer a lot of these. Whoops. No, not that one. Hold on. Okay. Tom Owen, he said, hi, Kelly. I've taken what you said about being a great time to really focus on what we are passionate about and starting new endeavors. Great, Tom. It really is. He said, I definitely felt like it's been the right time to do so. So I took a position at a lovely shop as they offered me to be the house medium. Congratulations. The transition, however, has been tougher than I expected. Any insight on how this is going to land now that the wheels are in motion? Thanks so much. So, Tom, first of all, congratulations. Transitioning is harder than you thought or that you anticipated. And I'd love to know why or what was going on. The work we do as a medium is not an easy work. And if you're working in the public where they're coming into your place, you might be hit with a lot of, different things that would make it a learning curve for you to learn about different personalities, perhaps, or getting your energy, ready to do it sounds like you are doing the work, so you're ready to do the work, but just keep going at it, Tom, okay? Just keep doing it. Just keep doing it. And always remember that you work for God. Just remember that you work for God and that you are here to do this work to help others. And that alone raises your vibration. And what happens is when you raise your vibration, you can kind of view others as, okay, that's what they're doing right now. That's what they're doing. But don't give up yet, okay? Do not give up. I think it's a really good thing. Okay. Oh, Lori, what does the Queen of Hearts mean? Oh, I'm sorry. I should have explained that. The Queen of Hearts is somebody that loves the finer things in life. They have to overcome being a little lazy on occasion. They love, and they're often very good mothers, or they love to be a mother. There's something about them that loves the mother position here. Whether you have children or not, it's taking care of others. Often that has a lot. I like this. Lori LeClaire. Hi, my friend. How are you doing? She said, thank you for all you do. How did you and James meet? Well, we met through a good friend of both of ours 25 years ago. It was right about 25 years ago. I had my head injury and I needed somebody to talk to desperately. And I said to my mom, the only person that's going to understand me is James Van Praagh. That's it. He's the only one that's going to understand what I'm going through. Now, you have to remember this as a medium 25 years ago, almost 25 years ago, this wasn't, I didn't have, we have a lot you can choose from, taking classes and talking to different people. But back then, we really didn't have that. And James had not started his class yet. But I said to my mom, I need to meet James. And I always knew that I would meet him, and I always knew that we would be good friends. I don't know how I knew that, but I just did. And my mother said, well, I know so-and-so that knows him really well. Actually, my mother had two friends that knew him really well. Very, very well-known people in the entertainment business. And so one of them called James, and James was on a ship in Italy with his then husband, Brian. And James called me and we talked for an hour, and he said, I'm in Italy right now on a ship. The ship's taking off. He said, I'll call you when I get home in 2 weeks. And he called me when he got home in 2 weeks. We talked for 2 hours, and we've never left each other's side. Honestly, it was like a huge connection immediately. And he really helped me through the dealing with everything that I was dealing with, which is in my book, which he's just about finished with. So hopefully the book will be out, and I think you guys will find it kind of fascinating. Okay, here we go. Oh, Laura, she says, Kellee, I feel like most of my soul family have passed on. Could this be? Could I have been left here without them? My birthday is February 3rd. Well, I don't know, honey, what you mean by I understand what you mean by your soul family, but we have lots of soul family that constantly that come into our lives at special times. Okay, so if most of the people that you've known have passed on, you will meet other people. But could this be that most of your soul family has passed on? Could you have been left here? Well, you're February 3rd. So February 3rd is a 9 of spades. So, Laura, great question for you. 9 of spades takes on the most in this lifetime. You'll hear me say that about a 3 of diamonds, but this is different. 9 of spades comes in to master everything. The oldest souls are 9 of spades. And 9 of spades says, bring it all on in this lifetime, and I'll get through it all, and I'll do it, and I'll master everything. And so would have been the most challenged life. So instead of thinking, could this be, can I be left here without them? Instead think you're never alone, because none of us are ever alone. It is not possible to be alone. I say that, I scream that. I know, because after I had my head injury, everywhere I walked, people had their people that had passed on all around them, their guides, their angels, and I'm seeing all kinds of things constantly. I said, my gosh, it's just unbelievable, and the colors and everything that surrounds each of us. So no, honey, you're never alone. But you did choose and we choose our birth dates before we come in. You chose a very deep life. I would immerse myself in deep spirituality. Okay, Laura? There you go. That's what I think, what I would say. Jody Brazy. Hi, Jody. 4-9. It's been the worst year ever. I've had years like that too. Mom passed. I'm sorry, honey. Cancer that is almost resolved, and major family issues. Do you see any completion to this difficult soul growth? My soul is feeling old now. I think I'm done, but that's just my opinion. You're not done yet. We all will be tested beyond. You think, haven't I been tested enough? I think that. But I stopped thinking that. Now I'm just like, ooh, okay. Because they put us through this fire, if you will, in order to, there's going to be a lot of chaos. And it happens for us to be able to be calm and observe, as opposed to raising our emotions like that. And it's for masterhood, to be a master. And so, yes, we'll be tested beyond. And I'm sorry, honey, that it's been a year. I had a year like that a few years ago, and it was pretty rough, actually, extremely rough. April 9th is a Queen of Diamonds. Queen of Diamonds is one of the most challenged birth placements. They come in for values. They come in for having a lot of lessons. Yeah, Queen of Diamonds it's about relationships, family, love, taking care of one another. It's a tough one, Jody. That is not an easy placement, honey. But I don't think you're done yet. No, I don't. And again, for you, I would say the same thing. And keep your vibration up. And say, literally, when it's your time on the other side, all of you will look back and say, whew, look at me. Look what I accomplished. Look what I did. I went through that and that and that and that and that. And the list will just go on and on and on. I remember once I had to go to a trauma counselor, and she said to me, list your traumas. Literally, that's what she said. So I go, what do you mean, write them out? And she goes, yeah, I'd like to see what they are. And I go, okay. So I started writing them, I got to like 30 something, and she goes, what are you doing? I go, I'm still writing. And it's like, what? Like, yeah, that's right. That is the truth. So Tracy Harbin, what does a 10 of clubs mean? 10 of clubs is very, very, very psychic, very creative. A lot of actresses and singers and musicians are 10 of clubs. It's really creative. They're great teachers too. And they come to touch many, many lives. Okay. So I think that's really important here. Julie Markle, she says, my beloved beagle of 13 and a half years died recently. I'm sorry, honey. I'm having trouble accepting this because I wasn't there for her at the end. I just want her to know if she was scared or felt abandoned. Her birthday was 2/24 and yours are 3/11. Wow, 2/24. So she was an Ace of Diamonds. Ace of Diamonds is it's an interesting, they can't have a lot of fear. That I understand that, but I don't get that sense now whatsoever, honey, with this. But I'll tell you what I would do, Julie. I would have a session with Tammy. I think Tammy Hendricks would be great for you to have a session with. And Tammy also has a show on, I think it's every other Wednesday, Tammy Hendricks. I think it would be a really good experience for you to have a session with her. And you are 3/11, another Queen of Diamonds. So you really are feeling that loss. You two are soulmates. You and your beloved beagle were soulmates. And yes, we can have soulmates that are our dogs. Absolutely, we can, for sure. Okay, so Gina Knapp. Hi, Gina. She says, hi, Kelly. Can you talk about your feelings on UFOs and other possible life out there in the universe? It seems to be more on people's minds these days and a lot more sightings than ever before. What are your thoughts on the subject matter? It's a topic that kind of confuses me when I think about spirituality and how they all relate. It's a lot to think about and to take in. So, Gina, as James would say, well, why wouldn't there be other, other UFOs out there? Of course, there would be other galaxies and other uh, forms of souls out there. Of course, there would be, and of course, there is. So I absolutely know that that exists. I've seen them. There's a place in Topanga Canyon that I used to drive to. I had a girlfriend that lived up there, and I was always like looking in this valley in Los Angeles. It's in Los Angeles County, and there were always these UFOs flying in and flying out, and it was just unbelievable. But I have seen many, many, many of them, and yes, I absolutely believe in them. I believe that there's life on many different places, not, of course, not just on Earth. And so, how does it relate to spirituality? They're all on a spiritual plane like we are. They're all learning and doing and growing like we are. It's just not on Earth. It's other places. So it's that's how I would explain that, and I hope that makes some sense. Melisha Grandjean. I love your name, Melisha. That's a pretty name. Kelly, I would like to understand better my connection with this person. I often dream of us in a different period. Why do I feel this strong bond? Thank you. Sometimes, Melisha, that happens where you will have a dream of somebody that you've had a past life with, or somebody on the other side that's even waiting for you on that side, or somebody that it could even be somebody you're going to meet in the future. It's hard to explain, but and if you feel a strong bond, it could be somebody that was new in a different period. That's what I would say, because I think that would make sense. Ward Vandeplas. Hi, Ward. Hello. I try to explain my visions and write them down, but when I explain them, no one seems to understand. Is this because my way of explaining is so different than others? Well, Ward, everybody's in a different place with where their spiritual growth is, or where their growth is. Sometimes, people have different belief systems. Their growth is different. And so I'm not sure how you explain it, but perhaps the people you're talking to, it might be too much for them to handle or understand, or they're not where you are. But keep doing what you're doing. Okay, keep doing what you're doing. JM, hi, new subscriber. Well, thank you. Welcome. I would love and enjoy a free reading. Well, let's get you a card here from Messages from the Guides. Let's just do that for you. Here we go. Appreciate your talents. There you go, honey. Appreciate your talents. Here you go. And I want to do a card for Vicky Mason. I want to get you a card from your beloved husband, who's on the other side, but he's really always right there with you, always, because this is a guy who always is with you. He never lets me down. We are so connected, Vicky. So that's from your beloved Mike, who is a wonderful, wonderful guy here. Lori Sherberg. Thank you, Kelly. I'm always watching both yours and James' shows and Soul Care with him on Mondays. And I'm a grandma of 2, a grandmother of 6, and a great-granddaughter that will also be 1 year old this month. Wow. The card was pretty spot on. I do love being a mother. Oh, and all the mothering things. Oh, okay. That's great. That is so great. Okay, Gabby Rodriguez. Any direction from my guides? I'm feeling a little lost. Okay, 11-9. Sorry you're feeling a little lost. Now, you're a Jack of Clubs. So, Gabby, I'm not sure what you do, but Jack of Clubs is really creative. So here's the thing with the Jack of Clubs. You're so creative that if you create depression, you can go down that road. Thoughts are things. And so with a Jack of Clubs, really, they have to feel like they're in a space of that they're creating and they're doing something. So put your energy into looking at what is blocking you maybe, and going for something good for you, because Jack of Clubs also has a lot to do with healing. Often I find them as therapists or helping others. Also, they're really creative too. So you can do it, honey. You can do it. Amy Van Zost. Hi, Amy. Happy birthday to you. May I have a card from my daughter? You betcha. And a mini reading for today. Yes. So today is the 13th of July. And that is a 2 of diamonds. 2 of diamonds. Very creative, by the way. Very creative. Love partnerships. Love business. Traditionally love business. Real creative. Actually, it's, believe it or not, I mean, it's not an easy placement, but it's one of my favorite placements. I don't know how else to say it, but I just always think that they're strong people, right? They have a strong will. From your daughter, honey, here we go. I feel healthy and happy. Okay, just know that, sweetheart. Okay, yeah, exactly, Jody. Thank you so much. You are just the best. Thank you. I'll stay strong and continue to find the value and be positive. That is it on everything. And Margaret, hilarious. List your traumas by your post-trauma counselor. Past trauma counselor? Yeah. And for the record, I didn't go back. For the record, Lisa Goodman Myers, can you talk about intergenerational trauma and Holocaust survivors' grandchildren? It's a rough one, Lisa. I definitely can talk about it. In fact, I'll tell you, one of the family constellation therapy is one of the best things that anybody can do for intergenerational trauma and particularly Holocaust surviving grandchildren. And Carrie Gonia, she's been on my show many times. You can look her up, Carrie with a K, Gonia. And I should have her back on another time soon. And Carrie and I teach a lot. We've taught a lot together. She does family constellation, and they believe that you carry 13 generations behind and 13 going forward. And so what happens of the grandchildren of the Holocaust survivors, nothing is lost in a family system. So if the grandparents, like my great-grandparents, were not in, my grandparents, I should say, were not in the Holocaust. However, I had cousins that were. So does that, and cousins that, and my grandfather fled Russia. So when I had a family constellation session with Carrie, it all came out because you carry the wounds and the trauma with you. And so if that is often, I mean, a good family constellation therapist can really help with that, Lisa. It's a big one. And Carrie can really speak a lot about that. But I have seen it down to the, generation just keeps going, generation, until we get a lot of help for it. Okay. Debbie Smith, Kellee, you seem upset about something today. No, not at all. No, thank you. But no, I actually had a really good day. And I made a special cake that I'm going to post tomorrow. I think you're going to post it tomorrow. I made a garbanzo bean cake. I'm not kidding, but it was delicious. No, I'm actually in a really good space, Debbie. So please know that. Here we go. I'm just trying to answer as many questions as I can. Let's see. Okay, Nadine Van Voren. Hi, Nadine. Dear Kellee, I lost my beloved ones. Your husband, your brother, your mom, your aunt, and 2 sister-in-laws. Wow, Nadine, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm in the mediumship course now from James because I felt the powerful energy around me. Good for you. Good for you. Do you see if I lose more beloved ones? My beloved cat, she is 17, because I dreamt that about my other brother and that my other brother will ended up in a wheelchair. My birthday is, your birthday's today, 7/13. Well, Nadine, as I said earlier, 2 of diamonds. Happy birthday, honey. It is not an easy placement. It's one of the strongest placements I know, though. So I do know that you are very strong. Let's get you a card from James. I'm glad that you are in the mediumship class. Now, often when we have this kind of loss, and you've had tremendous loss there, you would make an excellent grief counselor, an excellent spiritual counselor. 2 of diamonds, they can make great counselors. And you'd probably be a great medium here because of all of the loss. I mean, what do you do when you've had tremendous loss like that? For me, it has always been about helping others or serving others. So that, Nadine, and as far as other loss goes, your cat is 17. So it's, at some point we're all going to go. But I don't get, and including their 17-year-old cat, but I pay attention to to your visions and to your dreams, honey. Okay, I definitely would. We and here's your card. We have been together in dreams. There you go. So we've been together in dreams. So to pay attention to your dreams for sure. Okay. I mean, oh my gosh. Okay, Wanda. Hi, Wanda Price from Alberta, Canada. Love a reading. You got it. 10/7. October 7 is another one. Interesting. Two of diamonds. So what I was just talking about, a two of diamonds, very strong. It's not an easy placement at all, but there's the strength that comes through a two of diamonds, the creativity that comes through them. It's one of my favorite placements, really, because of the strength of it. I love to see how people master things in life, and a two of diamonds is here to master life. We all are, is the best way we can. There's something very special about a two of diamonds. So thanks, honey, for. Oh, it's Julie Munsterman says, my beloved departed mom was a two of diamonds. They are so special, right? They're strong, they're loving, and they're amazing. Yes, there is something about that. Totally something about that. I agree, Julie. There's something really special about them. Hi, Karen Martin. How are you doing, honey? Sending hugs to you. Kim Ann. Kellee, was that your hay that has been cut in the field and that you'll be baling it? That was our hay. We have a lot of acres, but we lease that to a farmer. So I think we posted on on the social media our corn. We have a bunch of corn growing, but no, we have a farmer that leases our land. So, but I personally will not be baling. No, not at all. So, Crystal Cook, hello from New Zealand, and hi there. It's Matariki today here. I doubt I said that correctly, but it's our first public holiday. How great. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I love your shows. I'm a 5 of spades and my son is an 8 of hearts. Can you please tell me about his journey? Yes, I certainly can. First of all, 5 of spades, they're natural healers. They come as healers. They stay as healers. They touch many, 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 many lives, Crystal, many lives. 8 of hearts, also healers. 8 of hearts comes to master emotions. Some of the best therapists, including my own mother, was an 8 of hearts. 8 of hearts is all about mastering the emotional state of everything. Anytime you hear me say 8s, 8 of spades, 8 of clubs, 8 of diamonds, or 8 of hearts, 8 is a master. They're here to master something here, and this happens to be his emotions. You're a perfect mother for him because you would give him lots of experience. And 5 of spades almost doesn't care about the experience. I mean, I know that sounds like not logical, but the 5 of spades comes to have every experience. The soul doesn't care, good experience, bad experience. The soul just wants to experience that. And I wanted to ask, somebody asked me, let me find this one. Here it is. Wait. Let me find this. Hold on a second. It was a good one. It was about the number 8. Somebody saw, let's see, here I can find this, where it is. Somebody said to me that they saw 8888, and it was, let's see, where is it? Oh my gosh, I can't find it. I don't see where it is now. I had it, and now I don't have it. It was 8888, and I thought that was really interesting because, it was, okay, here it is. It's Janice Freeman. And she said she saw a big flashing sign at a gas station on the way to home yesterday, and it was flashing 8888 on both sides. And so she said she took a minute and she Googled the numbers, and she said, my husband had just gotten a call out of the blue about a job offer. And she says, I'm learning to watch for their signs, but wow. So 8s represent, so if anybody sees 888 or 8888, they represent energy that is limitless, okay? And it's the forces of the universe are flowing through you and around you, and it brings abundance. So all of those 8s are just terrific. I think that is just a terrific thing here. And this one is from Robin Rosser. She says, Kellee, a few years ago during a meditation, I was walking down a path to an open field, and I strongly felt that I was, as she's in meditation, that there was a mothership there. And she said, and I turned around, and this is in her meditation, and she said, I saw 3 very tall, amazing, pure gold ETs standing there. I feel that this is where I'm from, light years away. And Dolores Cannon, who was wonderful, if you don't know who Dolores Cannon is, look her up. she did past life regression, and she also worked with ETs in all kinds of forms during meditations and regressions. She was amazing. And she did call them the Watchers. And so your experience, you thought that it was about this. And yes, definitely, Robin, you had an experience with that. And it says that you've always known that you were of service to others. And so I love that I would say they would be your guides, honey. So I think that's a great thing that you saw them. And often, as I have sessions with people, and I call them starseed sessions, and it's on my website. It's one of the sessions that I offer, because if you're a starseed by either an experience like this, or you just know you're not from around here, something's different. So thank you for that. And I wanted to read this. This is from Lisa Zapp. And she said, "Hi, Kellee." She said, "We had a white crane," so the bird white crane, "in our dam area. And the first one," she said, "we've ever seen. Later that day," this is very sad, "it was found dead in our garden." She said, "I wondered if it were sick." So her birthday's March 30th. And she said, and I'll definitely get you a card, honey. But let me just say this, that I love cranes. There's a place I drive by and I get to see the cranes, and I just love them. And they come in different colors. And my niece Peggy and I were just talking about cranes 2 days ago, because I live in a farm community, and a lot of people have guns, and they were shooting their guns. And it was one of her neighbors shot a gun, and apparently the cranes that were on her land flew off, and she was devastated because they didn't come back. And so, and here I'm reading about your crane, and you had a crane, and that, it died in the garden. So white cranes they actually bring blessings. It means purity and faithfulness and devotion and transformation. And white crane in Chinese culture considered it a symbol of longevity. And so it's associated with immortality, actually. So I would say that the crane showing you, revealing, it came to give you a message there. And I would say, enjoy your life. I would say, make sure that your life is, one of gratitude. Okay. Go ahead, Renee. You can put that back up again. Renee, you go ahead. There you go. Heather Brooks. Hi, Heather. My birthday is 9/20. Hello. That's my birthday. Can I please receive a card and a meaning? The past year has been quite challenging. Thank you. Yes, 4 of clubs. So my birthday is 9/20. It's a 4 of clubs. 4 of clubs has to learn everything about everything. We've got to know. We're here for knowledge. Also, psychic ability. Psychic ability is huge with a 4 of clubs. And 3 of clubs, of course, very psychic, extremely psychic. 4 of clubs, 5 of clubs, psychic. 8 of clubs, jack of clubs, 10 of clubs. The clubs are really psychic because we come in like tuned for this. So in the past year for 4 of clubs, it is not an easy placement. You will have your, what do they say? Time in the barrel. You'll just have it. It's 4 of clubs, but 4 of clubs can rationalize. They can think things through, but they're here to feel also. So I would say, Heather, feeling is going to be really, really important to you. And let's get you a card from James's card, Soul's Journey for you. How's that? Live your bliss. Okay. So that means this, that even though life has been challenging, because think of it this way, the more challenges, the more you get through trying to live bliss, have joy. That's what makes us a master here. Okay. So I think that's important. Carrie Hypnosis. Hi. Oh, Carrie East Hypnosis. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Kellee. Will you please explain the correlation between the playing card values and how they define personality traits astrologically? Where might I find more info on the subject? I do love learning. I know you did, Carrie. So it's called the Destiny System. The Destiny card system, and it's actually as old as astrology. It goes way, way, way back, but it was discovered, like, I want to say the end of the 19th century. It was discovered, and so you can find a lot. Just put Destiny cards. Robert Camp is a great teacher of it. Robert Camp. teaches a lot about it. And I just find it's fascinating because for me, it quickly gets to the heart, soul of what's going on, of why somebody incarnated. And then if I add the astrology piece to that and then a numerology piece to that, it really gives me a road of why somebody's here. Why did they come here? I think that's important here. So, and I wanted to read, there was another question, which I thought was really good. And I love this question. And it was about, hold on a second. Let me just get this. And it was, oh gosh, was somebody who had a dream about, oh golly, I want to find this. It was a dream about a giraffe and a lion. And if you can just hold on a second, it was a giraffe and a lion. Now I don't know where I put this, but sorry about that. But it was oh, here it is. Okay, it was Tammy Friesman. She said, "Hi, Kellee. For the last 8 months, every time I meditate," it was meditation, I thought it was a dream, "I see a male lion and a giraffe. It seems to me that they're sharing their energy with me. So are they my spirit animals or totems, and what's the difference?" They're definitely your spirit animals. We can call them totems. When we're born, we come in with certain totems. We come in with certain animals, we just do. For me, it was always tigers. I have seen tigers around me constantly. I would have dreams about them. I would see them in meditation. And lions bring courage, confidence, and strength. And giraffe means the teacher. So how blessed are you, that you have that? I think that's amazing. And your birthday is July 15th. And July 15th is the King of Clubs, which is extremely psychic. And a King of Clubs, and you're a female, is you've got a male brain, so you can out psychic ability anybody. So, and I love that you have those totems. I think it's just fantastic that you do, honey. I do. I think it's just great. Mary Snyder, where did you get those destiny cards that you have pictured on your site? I get those, and I can't remember. I don't have them in front of me, but there's a woman. I'll get you that information, Mary, because God, I can't believe I'm forgetting her name, but this woman makes them, and I'll put that on because it was so great. I will get that for you, so you will have that. So, and everybody, let's see. Patty Campbell, I rewatched a reading you did for me over a year ago. Still very helpful and good reminders. Thank you, beautiful lady. Oh, you're so welcome. I still have a few sessions left before we go to Alaska, and I'm leaving on the 11th. I think I leave early of August. I had to stop and think. But so if you'd like a reading with me, please go to my website, kelleewhite.com. And then on Monday, James and I have our show, and I can't remember exactly what the topic is, but it's going to be a good one. So join us for that. And I hope everybody has a great week. Oh, let me just answer this. Nia Anderson, I lost my sister in May. Anything from her? Oh, honey, I'm so sorry. Losing a sister is awful. It's awful. So, Nia, I am sorry. And you're January 2nd, which is a Queen of Spades. Not an easy placement. Not an easy placement at all. So here you go. She says this. Don't be afraid. I would be paying a lot of attention to your dreams. She's around you. Definitely around you. And I want to say surrounding you with a lot of love. All right. So everybody have a great week, and I will see you next Thursday, and I'll see you Monday night. Take care.
You've been listening to Ask Me Anything, featuring spiritual medium and psychotherapist Kellee White.